And we are on our way to Phoenix Gate to discover some truths, some uncomfortable truths. And if I recall, I had, I hadn't started the next one yet. So where we go, Phoenix Gate Ruins. Let's dive in. I'm curious to see some revelations, some illuminations. I want to know what happened, man. Because right now we're under the impression that Clive is Ifrit and that he killed, in an uncontrolled state, accidentally killed his brother, the Phoenix, Joshua, the dominant of the Phoenix. Talk about barbecue chicken.
It's almost as if time had stood still.
I suppose no one had any cause to return here. No. It's just as I left it. Let's have a look around.
Buried memories. Yeah. We're looking for some reveals in this episode. Oh, it's forcing you to walk.
I've done this.
Could anyone?
Wow, neat. Oh, that's like the crater in Twilight Monk. Yeah. The first time the pillar shatters, leaves a massive crater like that. Very similar. Ahead of my time, man. I'm ahead of my time. That was 14 years ago? Jeez.
What is it, Torgal? Clive.
That's him.
After him. Go get him, Torgal. Take him down.
Anyone you can tell me what happened? I have to know.
I'm trying to look around. Also, no time. Better just run. Well, actually, why am I acting like I'm in a hurry? Ain't nothing gonna happen. Oh, I just came off of playing like a little bit of Assassin's Creed Valhalla last night. And I was immediately thinking, oh, run up the walls. Nope. It's like when, what was it? Breath of the Wild came out. Everybody was pissed when they switched over to Horizon. It came out like the same time. They're like, I can't climb walls. Sets a standard in the player's mind. Reviewers say they're not affected by games they just played, but they totally are.
Like a bloody eel.
What is this place, anyway? Some sort of shrine?
Oh, sorry. You've never been here before. This is the Hall of the Gate.
The gate?
It's a relic of the Fallen. Only the Phoenix's dominant can open it.
Hence the castle's name. This was where Joshua was supposed to...
Yes. He would have stepped through this door the next morning and listened to the words of our ancestors.
Would you have gone with him?
No. The apodatory is holy ground. None but the dominant may enter. I and the other shields would have stood guard here and prayed for my brother's safe return. Where the hell did he go?
Perhaps he went inside.
He couldn't have. He'd need the power of the Phoenix.
Well, you got the power of the Phoenix. You could probably get in. Touch it. Just touch it.
Thank you, Joshua.
Are you sure about this?
Nevermore.
Oh, this is nice. I mean, it looks good. Lighting in here? What a contrast.
Another gate. Let's see if this one opens. Could this place really be a fallen ruin?
You could hardly call it a ruin. It's perfect. Like it was built yesterday.
Have you ever seen anything like this? Jill?
What do we do?
The usual. You know what? Get him, boy!
Oh, thought it fell off there.
There, boy! You know what to do, More trouble.
Oh, those guys are cool. That's interesting.
There, boy! Stay down!
Like a stone transformer mech. That's really interesting. I want to get a good look at him, but I can't. Oh, they got lightsabers? Oh, I'm digging into some ancient shit now. It's a hell of a combo.
These things still function.
How can any of this? This must be what the fallen ruins were like before they fell.
Pretty epic columns, look at that. You know, there is a kind of a consistency of shape language going on here. It feels very Gothic, but like you've got these arches that are very Gothic inspired, but, and then you've got these massive columns. Something when you're designing architecture is you really only have to design like one or two walls and then try and establish your materials and then try to use the same shapes throughout. So like you'll see there's a consistency between all of these arches and pillars. They're using the same shape language, and that's just a consistency of, like, look at the top of that doorway there with the top over here. That's the same piece, actually. It's like a copy paste. Yeah, you see it more commonly over here. But even the parts that are different, they still use the same curves and the same methods of construction. I think I gotta go over to this thing, big glowy thing. Probably a good indicator of where to go. It's big and lit up. And then they use that kind of circular pattern throughout. It's ironically like throughout the whole world, which makes me think that this is tied together in some fashion to Oh, these are like old world ruins down here. Oh, is this the area where the Phoenix was fighting Ifrit? And like bouncing off of these columns? I think it was. It looks relatively familiar, and this is the Phoenix Gate, so it was below that, which is where we are. So.
That's enough. Get him. There, boy.
This game is in such stark contrast to like the other game that I'm playing here on my channel is Metal Gear Solid 5, and that has so much player choice and so much every moment you're making decisions that are affecting what's going to happen, and you're reacting to situations that are occurring, and there are contingencies for all of that, and for any different way that the player might choose to approach it. This is very much like a, well, I'm not going to complain that it's too linear or anything, because that's how you get it so polished, but at the same time,
Looks like it could take a beating.
it's the one thing that I feel like is really missing. This guy's neat. Cool character design. Slice him up. I don't even think he's hit me. I got the cheat rings on though. I mean, I say they're
Makes sense to you?
cheat rings, but they're rings they give you.
Let's find the hooded man and leave.
So notice the copy paste. I don't know, is this something that most people notice? I mean, when I'm playing a game, I always pay attention to that, like how they're reusing assets, and not just reusing assets, but like this whole dungeon could be designed if you did like a floor pattern. If you were a concept artist, you'd do like a floor pattern. You do one of those arches, and then you do the main door like this. And then that would be it. And like, quite honestly, you wouldn't do it in like a 3/4 angle or anything. You could just do that like straight on. Oh, you'd need to design the door itself, because it has that interesting pattern when the lights change on it. But maybe if they have like a 3D modeler or a technical artist that's really skilled, then they might be able to do that on their own. But oftentimes things like this door would have to be concepted out to, and you'd have to have a concept artist who understands, like, you've got to use the same shapes that you're seeing here in the floor. You've got to use the same shapes that you're seeing like up in these walls and in these arches. And for the overarching shape, it still feels like it's got that arch. That's the kind of thing that I think people don't understand. You know, the general public. I think us artists, I say us artists like everybody watching is an artist. Maybe you are, I don't know. I just assume. But oh man, the bombs. That's cool. They did bring them back. They look exactly how I would have expected. The only reason I say that is because like there's a lot of people that are like, oh yeah, you can just get AI to like take pretty pictures, and it's like AI doesn't understand shape language or psychology. Oh man, this thing's gonna get me. Oh, and I still didn't even really take damage from it.
You know what to do. Get him.
I think you could use it for things like variations, but actually I think AI is just kind of lame. It's no fun. No fun to work with, but I made enough videos about that. I don't need to talk about it. It's more what I was trying to get at is just like the level of appreciation for how games are made, which is ultimately, if you're tuning into anything I make, like that's what you're going to get a lot of. I love dissecting it and really paying attention and pointing out those kind of details, you know.
Would Joshua have had to run this gauntlet too?
No. At least not that I ever heard about. I imagine the Phoenix would receive a warmer welcome.
You would need another concept art piece for like what these towers look like. But notice they're using that same kind of parallel line structures like for the arches or for the pillars. Very similar to or reminiscent of Gothic cathedrals and castles, right? So something you might see in Elden Ring or something. But otherworldly. It's not meant to look like our world. It's really neat. Kind of reminds me of in World of Warcraft there was this whole underground world area. I had to design these like towers for these spider people that live down there. But it was actually ancient architecture down there. We did that like God, almost 19 years ago. So Final Fantasy finally catching up to us.
Here we go again. Where will we end up this time?
Surrounded by contraptions hell-bent on murdering us, I expect. Could the hooded man really have taken this path?
We won't know until we've followed it all the way to the end. Come on, let's keep looking.
No, also they put these glows on the treasure chest to really make them stand out in the environment. Yes, I downloaded the Bard's Tale 4. I realized the other day I really liked Bard's Tale 1. And I haven't played any of them since 1 on the PS2, because I'm not much of a PC gamer. Why am I not a PC gamer, you might ask? No, it's not some, you know, fanboy Sony crap. I'll tell you in a minute. These guys have so much health. Oh, good stagger though. Yeah, get him with the gouge. You can call me Gaucho. I actually took some hits there. Gouge him. Man, those guys have so much health. I found that if you just focus on the big guy, though, the other guys just die on their own. So, why am I not much of a PC gamer? I wouldn't call myself a Sony fanboy. It's not like that. I mean, I like my Xbox and all that, too. In fact, Xbox is kind of having a killer year. You know, I think they got some pretty good stuff on Xbox. And they're really good with retro games, too. But it's more that when I'm sitting at a computer, I feel like I need to be working. I don't feel like it's playtime when I'm sitting at a computer, and I feel pretty damn guilty because I put a lot of pressure on myself. If you guys follow my channel, you know what I'm talking about. A bit of a workaholic, but I love my leisure time. when I get it.
Look out! There's more of them.
They'll fall like the rest. Get him! Sick of Torgal! There, boy!
These bombs are a pain in the ass if you don't take them out fast.
Keep your distance, boy.
I should be letting what's her name, Jill take care of these guys. She's got the frost power. You can't really control her. If there's some way to tell her to like use her ice spells, please let me know. Because I don't know.
That's enough.
Don't get me wrong, I like some PC games. Some of my favorite PC games are like Half-Life. I would really like to get into Elite Dangerous, because I love that kind of like freelancer type of open world space galaxy stuff. I'm super stoked for Starfield. But again, I'm not going to be playing it on PC, you know. What other PC games? PC exclusive games. I bought my first PC when Dark Forces was the first PC game I ever bought, and Warcraft 2. So I like old PC games from like the 90s. They were pretty cool. Good stuff back then. Warlords. Very unplayable by today's standards. Warlords. I never even hear anybody talk about that.
I don't like this.
Magitech armor? Oh, he's cool.
Seems the feeling's mutual. You know what to do, boy. Give them all you've got, boy. Sick of trouble.
This guy's great. Iron Giant. Kind of a classic Final Fantasy character.
Sick of trouble. Get him. Sick of trouble. Get him, boy. You know what to do. Get him. Sick of trouble. You know what to do. Sick of trouble.
Press the attack. What do you think I'm doing?
Storing in energy.
Not for long, it isn't. With me.
Giving it all I got, man. If this doesn't work, I don't know what will. It's gonna hit me with the atomic ray. Oh, I broke it. Nice. Now I'll never know what the atomic ray is. And that's probably a good thing.
Don't let them get away. Sick of trouble.
World of Warcraft. I used to play that on PC. And StarCraft. StarCraft 2 is PC only, so... Well, Mac also.
Sick of trouble.
I think that's the other thing. I have a Mac. I do have a Windows machine, but... Mostly I work on a Mac. It's just less hassle. Ooh, that's a lot of stagger damage. Nice.
Torgal.
Iron Giant dismantled. Not just defeated. Completely freaking dismantled. Used in crafting. Used in crafting. Used in crafting.
It's done.
What are these creatures? And why do they keep attacking us?
They're probably asking themselves the same thing. We're the ones trespassing here. They're just protecting their home. Jill, look.
Ooh.
Is
I almost
that
ran
some
right by
kind
it.
of mural?
It's worth a closer look, whatever it is.
Oh man, whenever possible, take a quick breather to just run around and pick up all the loot, man. Otherwise, I would have totally missed that. Was that there while I was fighting this guy? Let's check him out. He doesn't seem dismantled to me, he just seems knocked out. He's probably going to come back. Just a couple high potions. Oh, it just uses it automatically if you're at full health, or if your inventory is full. I guess there's no other way to do that. They can't just send it back to a stash or anything. Note that they keep using the same door. They kind of have to. Somebody spent like a month on that door. It's cool. They kind of look like Reapers, the doors.
All right then.
This guy's got a weird body. Witch.
Get him, boy. There, boy. Sick of Not this time. Over here. You know what to do, boy. Sick of Torgal. Get him. There, boy. You know what to do, boy. There, boy. Don't let them get away.
Level up. Here we go. 22.
What the hell was that thing?
I don't know that my stats
Wasn't
matter.
like the others.
It would seem this place holds even more secrets than we thought.
Here's the thing. If your game is linear, it doesn't matter what your stats are. You'll never be faced with something that you should have made different choices to beat. So. Wait a minute. Did I just go in a circle? No, okay.
Look out! Get him, boy!
You know what I haven't done in a little while is check on our abilities and, yeah, ability points. So I've got 811. That's enough to beef up something here. I think all these are maxed out already. Yeah. So, I can't really... I guess I could upgrade my Rising Flames or the Phoenix... I don't use the Phoenix Shift. Wait, Phoenix Shift is just the dash between... I kind of just want to keep saving up, man. Yeah, okay. We'll keep saving up. Where am I supposed to go? There we go. What's this thingamajiggy? It's lit up. It must be interactive.
Lights.
Well, that did something.
Took me to another big donut. By the way, this is what you call a donut game design. And generally speaking, it's a kind of arena that game designers love because enemies that you fight in a donut, they can't get tripped up on environmental hazards. So it's really about the player having to play the boss exactly how they like or how the designer wants them to without having to consider obstacles in the environment, such as pillars or chairs or furniture. So a lot of game designers love doing the donut game design. Less room for exploits, too. I'm sure you've all been playing Dark Souls games or something where you find that you can just kind of like hide behind a table or up in a corner someplace, and the enemy AI was not designed to figure out what the fuck to do there, you know. So that's why a lot of times game designers will just use the donut design. That's just a designer's choice, for especially for action games.
What have we here?
Can't really do donut game design
Fallen wonder.
for like Metal Gear because it's about stealth and whatnot. Although some boss fights you might. Yeah. I guess I'm lighting up all the paths here. Is that what's going on? We are going to get so much gaming time in this weekend, dudes. It's Friday night. I'm getting a little bit of an earlier start than I usually get. So.
It isn't a dead end after all.
Apparently not.
As long as my hard drive doesn't run out of memory capturing the screen, we're good. Ooh. That may have had to be concepted. It's a nice set piece. Call that like a point of interest or a POI. Maybe.
It all seems to lead to this room.
And look what's in it. How old do you suppose this is? 1,000 years? More?
I don't know. I've never seen anything like it before. Who is that in the middle, do you think? Some sort of god. You're him. The second dominant of fire. Who are you?
Big reveal. Well, that just don't make no damn sense.
What?
Am I in a dream? What the hell? Yeah, it must be. It's like a flashback or a dream or a memory or something, I bet.
I'm back.
10 to 1.
Joshua! Stop it! Please! Stop! I did this. I killed him.
Joshua chose me to be his shield. He gave me his blessing and asked me to keep him safe. I should have protected him that day. It was my duty.
Clive.
Joshua. I'm sorry. I failed you.
So the guy in the hood, earlier he took his hood off and he had red hair.
I killed him.
And I blamed another for what I did. To spare myself the guilt. I feared that by accepting it, I would lose what little was left of me.
I don't believe it.
So I ran. From everything.
And now? Are you ready to accept the truth?
I am. I know it won't be easy, but it's what I must do. So that Joshua's soul can finally rest in peace.
Is he acquiring the Ifrit icon? Is that what's happening? It looks so cool. It's a great Ifrit.
No matter how bitter the truth that awaits me, I will press on. Come, Ifrit. Show me who you truly are.
Oh, come on, dude. I'm gonna fight Ifrit. Yeah. Good enough. He's a lot less intimidating when you can just hit him with 1,000 butt pokes. Seriously, I'm really not doing much other than hitting the attack button. I feel like I'm kind of just going along for the ride. Am I still in the tutorial? Is that why everything's on rails? Not likely that this dude could just take out Ifrit, though. Ooh, I love a good shadow self fight.
Still you deny it. Even when the truth's staring right at you. Come on, Clive. Face your fears.
I would never leave myself that open. It's not.
This time.
Super Saiyan.
I see. You'd help me learn by example.
Kind of used all my icon powers here. Come on. Here we go. Hit him with the gouge.
Not this time.
kind of just want to power up that gouge. It's such a nice ability. Ooh, you got me good that time. Oh, I may have to use a potion in this one.
No escape, eh? It's all right. I'm done running from you. Together, then. It's time to find out who we are,
That's a cool
once and
gauntlet.
for all.
I guess I'll accept the truth. Or I say on that screen forever.
Show yourself, Ifrit.
He seems so much bigger now.
I know the truth of it now. You are not afraid. I am.
Super Saiyan. Shadow vanquished. From a storytelling standpoint, it's interesting. If you think about the kind of Jungian, Carl Jung kind of notion, he had this philosophy of the shadow self, which was like your dark parts of yourself you don't want to face. And if in accepting the truth of his past, he's defeating his own shadow, his shadow self. Although, if it were truly Jungian, he would have absorbed it and accepted the dark part of himself, his capability to do so. Right. Kind of slaughtered yourself. Who's the voice then? That part's still a little unclear.
Clive, are you all right?
Jill. It's nothing. I'll be fine.
So, and
No more
from
chasing shadows.
her perspective, all that happened in his mind.
The hooded man isn't here. We should go.
So it was him. I didn't want to believe it either. He loses control when he becomes Ifrit then? Then who's the voice that was talking to him? I don't get that part.
Clive, are you sure you're all right? Whatever it is, you can tell me.
I had a hard enough time telling myself. I awakened as a dominant of fire, right here in this castle, and I've been running from it ever since. But now I know for certain who I really am.
So no one's responsible for what they do when they're in their icon form?
The second icon of fire, who killed my brother and burned this castle to the ground, was me. Ifrit.
Clive.
I took so many lives that night, and destroyed so many more, including yours. And I must atone for the crimes I've committed. But not before I learn the whole truth. How can a second icon of fire even exist? And why was I chosen as its dominant? Who is the hooded man who brought us here? And what does he want?
Yeah, I want to know too.
I need to know. And since I'm still breathing, I might as well make myself useful.
We'll find your answers together. I want to learn the truth too. There'll be time enough for atonement when we're done.
I was hoping you'd say that. I don't think I could do this without you. You never were one to hide from the truth, even when we were young. And you haven't changed a bit.
You're wrong. I have changed. But I don't want to be that person anymore. The things she did were unforgivable. And yet, they're what brought us back together.
Thank you, Jill.
If he is here, then the disturbance I felt at the care must have been confounded. The hour is later than I thought.
All right, you're telling me that's not... No. Castle Dazbog. I haven't seen this guy in a while.
Tell me, who did this, or I'll see you suffer the same fate.
Oh, I bet he found out Benedicta's
Man
dead.
who delivered the coffer said, he said Sid paid him.
I let you run amok with the rest of your rats, and this is how you repay me? Well, find out where he is. I'll crush him, flay him, rip out his heart, him and all his filthy brood, and send every last one of them to hell. Out. Now!
Yes, yes, my lord.
What's in the box?
Benedicta.
What was in the box? I don't get that. You wouldn't have sent like her head. That would be pretty. That's like sending a message, man. Ifrit awoken. Clive has gained control of the icon Ifrit, allowing access to new iconic abilities such as ignition, fiery lunge that drives back enemies while dealing continuous damage, as well as unlocking the limit break gouge. Gauge. Gouge. Slots for Ifrit's abilities are shared with those for the Phoenix and can be confirmed via the Abilities tab in the main menu. The limit break gauge is located beneath Clive's HP bar. Release Clive's inner beast semi-prime into Ifrit by pressing the L3 and R3. When his gauge is full, the gauge fills in battle both by taking damage as well as by successfully performing offensive and defensive maneuvers. Semi-priming temporarily grants increased attack potency and speed. Okay, so you can prime, or you can semi-prime, I guess. I'm not sure I fully understand.
What next?
Well, next we're going to go into some menus, and we're going to look at the Ifrit channeled. Oh, it was always Ifrit all along. Look at that. Oh man, I just got just enough abilities to use an Ifrit ability. Of course I need the limit break, man. Does this mean if I don't? Oh, that's just the upgrade. So I already have it. But I could also get Will of the Wicks. Summon a storm of fireballs that encircle around Clive, damaging nearby targets. I do want that. I also want ignition. These are super cheap too, so fuck it. No, okay. I think we have to actually assign them too, though. So wait a minute. Does that mean I can only have 2 at a time? That sucks. I would say, which one's more powerful? Maybe somebody in chat can, or the comments can let me know. I'm going to try ignition. I don't think I can equip, yeah. It shares it with the Phoenix. Can I add more? No. Just the 2. I don't like that. No me gusto. That's why I just want to save up my ability points so that I can actually upgrade the ones I already have, because I don't want to
I
put
promised the mayor I'd talk to him
points
again.
into something I don't
About Lady Hannah
use.
amongst other things. Though she may be loath to leave, I can't help thinking she'd be safer with Sid too.
All right. We should arrange an introduction then.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe you can access more of the abilities, but right now it just kind of looks like you can just do the 2 for each of the different types. And I think,
Well, what is it?
Nothing good, I'll wager. Come on.
what do you smell, buddy? I gotta go way out of my way to just make sure there's nothing hidden up here. Of course there's nothing hidden. Look, what happened? Here we go. And let's go for it. Why not?
What
Oh,
happened?
damn. Oh, man. Was this that village I was in?
We've got a live one. Answer me. Give them all you've got.
Try some heat wave. That was heat wave? I didn't even see it.
Remember our orders? No survivors!
That's heat wave right there.
All except for things.
Whoa, that's pretty effective.
Sick of Torgal. Get him, boy. Sick of Torgal. Get him. Don't let them get away. That's enough. Sick of Torgal. You know what to do, boy. Sick of Torgal. Get him, boy. Sick of Torgal. You know what to do, boy.
Damn, this is that little village where the old dude with Alzheimer's was like, hey man, let me come. He thought you were your father. And they're just like glad you're still alive. They want to join you.
Thought you could escape us, did you, Branded? You were born a slave, and you'll
Kill all the ducal dogs!
Ducal dogs.
We're innocent people!
You know what to do.
Damn it!
You know what to do, boy. Give them all you've got.
It's over!
Keep your distance, boy. There, boy. Sick of Torgal. Get him, boy. Sick of Torgal. Sick of Torgal. Get him, boy. Sick of Torgal. Give them all you've got, boy. There, boy. Sick of Torgal. There,
Oh, there's
boy.
a bunch of them over here.
Get him. There, boy. Get him, boy. Sick of Torgal. Don't let them get away. Keep your distance, boy. Over here.
Kind of locks onto them when you do that ignition.
You know what to do, boy. You know what to do, boy.
Don't let them get away!
So does that mean if you didn't do the side quests, you wouldn't... Like, you certainly couldn't go back and do them. They're gone.
Get him, boy! Get him! Sick him, Torgal!
By the way, dudes, if you look at this location, this is prime real estate right next to some waterfalls. They wouldn't have, like, the lower class living here.
All must burn! The bearers and those who sheltered them. By Empress Annabella's command!
Annabella, the new villain.
My mother ordered this.
Oh, it's his own mother.
I know. You can wait.
He's kind of immovable, even with the ignition. Oh, why am I not using my Ifrit abilities? That's epic.
Give them all you've got for them. There, boy!
Kind of trapped in the corner here. I did get a sweet dodge there. There we go. Oh, my dodge didn't work. Ifrit ability here, alright. I'll give you plenty of that, I'd say. This guy's got so much health, jeez. It's a cool hammer though, look at that. He still only did 8,000 damage, I'm a little surprised actually.
Don't let them get away!
Yeah, there's so much health on that guy. He was just a dude with a big hammer, but he was just a dude. I think like Bahamut or Ifrit was easier than that guy.
I'm sorry, Lady Hannah.
Oh.
You deserved so much better. All of these people did. Better than my mother.
Yeah, your mother's kind of a jerk.
We're too late! Gav! Clive!
Oh, Gav, he's still alive. I knew we'd see Gav again. He's a good dude.
Acting on the orders of the Duchess, eh? We knew Eastpool was harbouring bearers. Thought they were safe enough hidden up here, but someone must have let slip. If they'd have only come to us sooner, none of this would have had to happen. Fuck!
My mother always did despise bearers. The way Father embraced them when the other nations spat on them as slaves. The way an accident of birth gave them a power that others lacked.
But why kill everyone? They meant no harm. They just wanted to be free.
This world judges that a crime punishable by death. Which is why we're going to change it. Gav, we want to help.
Thought you'd got your own stuff to be getting on with.
We do. But it can wait.
In that case, we should head back and tell Sid you've had a change of heart. He was always on it yet to join us.
All right.
And we'd best be quick. Last I heard, he was planning another excursion.
What about the villagers?
Aye. Can I leave yous lot to take care of things here?
Of course. We'll make sure they get a proper burial.
Thank you. All of you.
When you're ready, then.
Cool. Okay, so big reveal. Turns out Clive is responsible for all... Whoa, wait a minute.
Now,
Who's this guy?
rats, lead me to your nest.
Ah, sneaky snake.
Lord Kupka has a message for your leader. If only he knew where to send it.
Yeah. Big reveals, I would say. Turns out it was Clive after all. It was his fault. Doesn't have control over Ifrit. He's a second Ifrit, possibly. I think there's more to it than that. But seems like Kupka's pretty pissed off at Sid, which means you're probably going to get in the way, because Kupka was quite entangled with Benedicta, and she is no longer of this realm. I believe that's the implication. You guys can correct me in the comments if she's still alive. Actually, maybe it's better if I don't know. It's better if I discover it on my own. I think next up we're heading back to... we got to head back to Sid's hideaway for lame dudes and probably join forces with him, but seems like Kupka's probably... I imagine he's probably going to invade the hideaway at some point. But anyway, tensions are mounting. We got a new villain. Obviously, was it Annabella, Clive's mom, seems to be going around killing all of her former subjects, which makes me think she's brain dead or brainwashed. And we've got Kupka, who's pretty pissed at us too. But now we have Power of Ifrit. So hey, come on back in the next one. And by the way, if you haven't seen it yet, I'm doing playlists for all of these videos. So click on the playlist if you want to catch up to where we are in this video. I also got playlists for almost every mainline Metal Gear game here on the YouTube channel. And I got some more coming up, some surprises this week as well. So come on back in the next one, and I'll see you then. All right, ciao.